Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. It's Heisenberg here, as usually covering the market, crypto and stock market, also the most interesting altcoin setups. Hope you are doing good and trading well. First of all, hope you're healthy. As always, I want you to remember that everything shared on this video is not a financial advice, it's just my thoughts of how market is gonna play out and my ideas of what are we gonna trade. So always do your own research before and manage your risk before jumping into any trade that I share here or on Twitter or on the Telegram channel. Last week I provided you with some good profits. Hope you caught anyone. So starting with Bitcoin, as always, on macro perspective and higher time frame, nothing has changed. Bitcoin has been trading in the same range for now. Let's check it, around 53 days, low volume. Looks like people don't want to trade, do not invest money, and the volume is so dead. Everyone on holidays. I think that soon the holidays are over and we will see some volatility kicking in. So going into the charts, nothing has changed in my opinion. We are still in a macro range bound till proven otherwise. As I said on the last streams, last weeks, key resistance area is this body candle here. The one that was the previous one after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight red weeks. We had one small, on the chart is white but it's green candle before the capitulation. I'm calling this zone here, 2 weeks here, as capitulation. Also the breakdown of the previous macro range low, which was this one, range high, deviation of the range high, liquidity taken, bearish retest, downtrend, taking this one as range high, this zone here as the range low, mid comes around this zone here. What is this zone? After the range high deviation and the bearish retest, what price do? Came to the mid bounce, rejection, 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 another deviation, down to the macro range lows, where we consolidated a little and went hardly down. So that's why this area here is key area to be broken for bullish continuation sentiment. Until this one is broken, I would be cautious. I'm not bullish or I'm not bearish. It's just an indecisive zone because it's in between the key resistance area and key support area. Key support area I'm gonna mark out as always this key zone here, making it on blue. Here's the previous, not macro but also not short term, I don't know what to call this, mid range, medium range, not mid range like this one here, but medium range, because this zone here was a range and this zone here was a range. So I'm going to explain something why I think that above this key zone here we are bullish. Also before, just in case I do not forget, this one here, it kind of looks like double top to me. I don't know, I'm not pretty sure, but it will be confirmed only if we get a breakdown under this key zone here. But I'll come to it later. It just looks like a double top to me. I don't know, might be wrong. above this zone here. So key resistance area, get above here and hold, consolidate on lower time frames. First target, second target is the previous mid range, and the third target are those highs. It's simple enough. Key support area, the previous range high of this higher time, we might consider it higher or lower time frames, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you where the range low is. In my opinion, this one here is the range low. Mid-range comes around this key zone here. I'm gonna make it this one also as a zone, just making it on red to be cleaner. So in my opinion, this is the range that price has been accumulating before the big breakout here. So let me explain this. Capitulation, range low, mid, range low, mid, range low, range high, range low. This zone here was the deviation. This here, let me make it just to be correct. This here, like this, is a bullish power of 3. So this is a bullish power of 3. Also, this one here was on higher time frames, was formed as a inverse head and shoulders pattern, which after the breakout it went pretty fast move. So why I'm talking about this range here with this deviation and this, let's clean this up, with this range here not looking at this one here, okay, this range here, why, if we get acceptance above this zone, why this one cannot provide us a macro time frame power of 3? I don't know. I don't even know what targets to call, but let's call out the range high here. Why it can't be? If it was a daily time frame, yes, we all would have agreed that if we get acceptance above here, that it's gonna go probably mid-range and even the range high. That's why I'm being cautious and I'm always observing this key area here, which is key resistance area, that in case if we get above here, I'm macro bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least for as long as it holds this one, but not for now. We are still early. Let me just get to the previous range where we accumulated and formed kind of a inverse head and shoulders before the breakout. This zone here is the choppy zone on Bitcoin, and it will make also altcoins and Ethereum, in my opinion, weaker, and the Bitcoin dominance will show its way. So I'm talking about Bitcoin dominance because, as I've said the last streams, it has broken out of the multi-year accumulation, around 2 years accumulation, and it still remains strong and bullish, and in my opinion it will continue to go higher. So again, let's get back to Bitcoin. This is the indecisive zone. If we get a close above here, My targets, as I said, are these ones. Probably even this range quarter here. So like this. If now I'm talking about the bearish swing trades or macro analyze. Just cleaning this up. Okay. I'm marking out the previous range high, previous mid range, and also the previous range low. If we get all of those, I want to mark out also this like this. I want to mark out also this trend line here. So okay, if we get a breakdown of this trend line, bearish test, I think that Bitcoin is gonna revisit the previous of the smaller range, previous range high. If we get close under the 25, 24k zone on higher time frames, I become macro bearish, and probably we're gonna go and fill out all this inefficiency here, probably even here. If we get close under 20k 0.3, I'm targeting. Let me just check it cleanly. I'm targeting 21.8, 21.5, and if we get close under this zone, first target, if we get a breakdown of here, even on daily time frame, if we get a breakdown of here, first target is this zone here. Let me just mark out the prices. First target. I don't know, leaving it on orange, no border, because I want to set the target like this. So, if we get a breakdown of this zone here, this is my first take profit area, second one, and if we get a close under this zone, 20k 0.3, it's gonna be a swing trade for me, targeting mid-range as first target, and potentially even the range lows. If we get close under this one, those lows first, second is the range, macro range low. Cleaning up this one. So it's simple. Breakdown of the trend line, target lows here, first target, sorry, at this zone, second lows, close under here, target, close under here, first target, these lows, second target, this zone. Break out of this zone here and hold, first target here, second target, macro mid range, and third target, even the macro quarter range or the highs up there. Next, this was the first macro chart on Bitcoin. This one I mark out with zones. Next one. Cleaning it up. So let's go with the second one. I'm giving this one with exact prices. I'm taking the zone here as a range high, liquidity taken, downtrend. This here, range low, liquidity taken, downtrend. Oh, sorry. Okay, like this is okay. Looking at the fibs, Watching out the 50% fib comes around this one here, making it on red like this. This one is macro mid-range, just to make it cleaner. Like this, and the okay. Now, what I want to show, I'm looking at this high and the mid-range, taking out the 0.5, comes around this zone here, making it on blue. This one and this one here comes around this zone. Look how perfectly it bounced, making this one like this. Okay, good. Also this, checking out from here to here. Where does it come? 30.2. Let's clean this up. What price is doing? Okay, so this is the range that now we are playing on it. This zone here. Let me just make it like this. And okay, this is the range that we are playing. What price did? Consolidated under it, deviation, back under it, held it as support, rejection, downside, rejection, rejection. For as long as we are under 30k, 30k point 2, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. Three rejection straight. It's the previous mid-range here. It's the mid-range of this zone here. Also, this comes out directly with the short term. This zone that I've been mentioning, that I want to see price break out and hold above it before taking any swing longs. It's cleaner. Next, Ethereum on macro perspective. Ethereum on macro perspective, still the same chart, not deleting it. Key resistance area, rejection, deviation, bearish retest, bearish, bearish. The cleanest scenarios that I'm looking at on Ethereum are for swing trades, I mean, break out of here and hold 2k zone. First target, those highs which are correlated with this wick. Second target, this zone, and the third target here. If we get a breakdown of this trend line here, first target, second target, those lows, third target is the 1500 zone. Nothing complicated on Ethereum, just mark out the zones and look at them on higher time frames. On liquidity, where does liquidity stands? As I've been saying, key liquidity area 32.6 on it and Bitcoin. Here liquidity taken, last week's high if I'm not wrong, taken. Now this liquidity here is still left. It's Monday's low and the last week's low. Key liquidity area on the upside is this 30.4k. I want to look at it and I have alerts at it. If we swing fail here on this zone, if we form a swing failure pattern, maybe I'll short it, targeting those lows here as first target. Probably something like, let me clean up this one, marking out, but if we attack this one, I think that we're probably gonna attack here too. So two scenarios. One, take the lows, reclaim or big reaction, go here. Second is take the highs, swing failure pattern on hard reaction, take the lows based on liquidity. But I'd like to see this one first, because if we attack the highs first and we get a close above 30.2k that I talked about above this zone here, probably won't come towards the lows here, but will bullish retest the range deviation that I've been talking to about it. I've been talking on the last year. I'll talk out on the short-term ideas. And if we get reaction here and close above this zone on 4-hour time frame, my first target is here and probably the fully target. I will re-enter if we get close under the zone again, and this was all the deviation targeting those here. But if we swing failure here and do not get close and acceptance above the zone here, I'm easily targeting those lows here. This one stands for liquidity on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, let's check. Ethereum full of liquidity. I want to see Ethereum take out those highs, those one, and probably even those. But I think that we might just attack here with some kind of wick and leaving those here before taking out those one. I don't think I will be trading Ethereum on shorting. It will be based on Bitcoin, but I think that Bitcoin is a cleaner setup on shorting or longing based on liquidity. Key liquidity lows on Ethereum, those lows here. Second, the lows that I have mentioned on the last streams. On higher time, on the upper, it's this key zone here. Highs not taken. And here we have highs taken, swing failure and down. So on short term, what do we have? Okay, let's clean up the chart. What do we have on short term? Let's see. I prefer to use the 4-hour time frame. It makes me a cleaner view. But let's talk about this one on daily. So on daily, my views are still the same. Let's check it like this. Darker, okay. This one like this. Okay. So daily time frame, range high, range low. Range low, let me make it even more accurate. This zone here, like this. Like this, okay. 12-hour or daily. Just tell me why we cannot have something like this. Sorry, like this. I talked about this one also on the last stream. Okay, why not? Fix above 30k, 30.1k. Like this, okay. Fix above 30.1k and high probability that this one plays out. The expansion may be even higher, but I'm targeting the highs first. But only if we get close above this zone here will give me confirmation into going on this trade. But for as long as we are getting rejected here, we are into another range. Now I use this one. For as long as we do not close above here, nothing confirmed. For as long as we do not close under here, nothing confirmed. What can we do here? We are forming also a kind of a smaller range inside a bigger one. This smaller range, the probability here is that we have. I know I've been using too much power of 3 patterns, but it all makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Why not use it? It makes sense. So here it was key support area. This zone here. What did price do? Close above, formed a lower time frame, kind of a double top, double top. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. That's why I'm using them. You might be thinking, oh, this guy only knows this thing, but why not use the same thing always when it works out? Also, it makes more sense because liquidity here is taken. Liquidity here, not yet. Bearish retested. Why not? Why we cannot do this? Any reason? There is no reason why we cannot do this. No one. But yet, on short term, I'm bearish for as long as we stay under this key support area, which comes around 29.8. But even if we go above there, I wouldn't be longing too much until we go above. Well, a scalp long with from 29.7 towards the 30.1. Well, the risk and reward is not good. That I wouldn't be taking that. If we close above 30.1k, then we talk. Next, what I'm thinking out, if we get close under this area here, I don't know if this one is gonna provide support. I think that we're gonna head towards this zone here, which I talked about, the lost short, which has to act as support. But there is a problem that we can continue downtrend, because if we get, okay, so no, I think that if we get close under this one, breakdown of the trend line, it's gonna go fast move towards the key zone here. After that, if we break down of this one here, probably we head towards this, maybe those lows, or even on lower time frame this demand zone here. We will see. I'm leaving those lows here. I have them as a liquidity chart. So it's easy on short term. Get above here. Potential expansion towards first target is those highs. Second target here, and the third target is the highs above. Close under this one on 4-hour or even lower time frames under 28.7. I think the price is gonna head towards the 26.7. I'm still short from 31k, still holding. Stops are at profits. I've taken the most profits out, and I'm just patiently waiting to see if price is gonna break to the upside. If we get close, I repeat, 12-hour, I'm looking for a 12-hour or daily close above here to have confirmation. Not 4-hour, because look, 4-hour traps. Or close under here to give me bearish continuation, or deviation here, get back above, targeting here and targeting those highs probably. Next, Ethereum on short term. Well, I mark out the highs. Same with Bitcoin. Also Ethereum has a uptrend diagonal that it's holding it. Still respecting the support for as long as we are above this 1831 zone. It's I wouldn't be bearish on Ethereum. If we get under it, I expect a 3 to 4% move to the downside and probably a trend line breakdown. But for as long as we are here, it's in the indecisive zone. Probably might attack those highs here and even the highs here and here. But let's see, key resistance area, the resistance area that I've been talking about for weeks and weeks now, maybe months. Deviation, deviation, deviation. That could have managed to hold the breakout. No good for Ethereum, but I don't know. Ethereum is not giving me a clean setup, so there is a bigger probability that I'm gonna play out with Bitcoin or even the altcoins. Next, let's check out Bitcoin dominance. I've been talking on stream for a potential reversal area on this zone here. It reversed. Nothing clean on Bitcoin dominance, but we gotta keep in mind that for as long as we are above, let's mark out the price above the 48.45 zone, I think that the Bitcoin dominance is and will stay bullish. At BTC, breakdown of the trend line, bearish retest, bounce of the previous range low. Still holding the previous range low, in my opinion, has broken the higher low and higher high structure here, making equal highs, and probably this one, and making equal highs, and here a lower low. What price might actually do here? Let's check it out. So we have highs here, left, potentially, I'm saying potentially, take out those highs, form like this, form here a lower high and low, high, lower low, lower high, and continuation to breakdown of here. This is just my thoughts, but for as long as we are above here, I do not predict a breakdown of here. I'm just calling out that probably we will attack those highs and come down towards forming a lower low. Macro still sitting at the 3-day demand zone that I've been talking. Next, yes, I talked about a possible deviation here. What price did? Almost every day it tagged this zone and getting rejected. Next, for as long as we are under this key zone here, swing failure pattern, I'm expecting to take out and fill this gap on SPX. Also, Nasdaq deviation, I called out that as long as we are under this zone here and it's deviated, first target would be here. If we get close under this zone, potentially we will come towards this zone here. I do not trade stocks much, but I like to observe them. Also, dollar looking like it wants to break out on the correlation with the GBP USD and Euro USD that I've been talking about. Let me put the charts. I think it's here. Okay, it's here. And the, I think is this one. Okay, good. Euro USD key resistance area, also with here deviation, bullish retest, confirmed deviation with bearish retested, and last week it broke down of this trend line, holding its upside continuation since September. For as long as we are under it, I expect Euro USD to take out those lows here and probably even go down even more. If we want to be so, why not? Downtrend, deviation, bullish breakout, uptrend, like something like this. Why wouldn't this breakdown change the whole direction of the move? I'm just talking about this as a possibility. I don't think that it's gonna play out like it played out here, but as long as we are under this trend line, my first target is here. Second one, take out all those lows here. Third one is take out those lows here. Also, GBP USD resistance area, breakout, bullish retest, upside move, taking out all this liquidity here, rejected here and deviated. Now, broke down of the trend line, bearish retested, and sitting up at the sitting now at the key support area. The confirmed breakdown would be only if we close under this key zone here. If we close under this one, first target is this one, second target are those lows, and the third target are the lows here. But talking about those targets, I want to see GBP USD close under this gray area here. I explained those two charts just to explain the dollar index chart, that it's been bullish and continues to be bullish. On daily time frame, it looks like it has broken out of the key trend line resistance area. If we manage to hold above here and above the trend line, I'm targeting those here and here. So the targets are on chart. Let's see how next week, how tomorrow opens. Those lows here, I don't like that are left behind, but let's see what Monday gives us. Also forming the Monday range, sorry. Some altcoins that I talked about them on the last weeks. Cadena broke out, no volume, no power. I want to see Cadena close above here and consolidate for a minimum target of here. Next one. I wouldn't be taking profits or put stops at entry when we go here. My first target would be, because it is a big downtrend. So if we get close above here, my first target would be here, where I would put stops at entry price, and the second target where I would start taking profits would be 70 cents, potentially targeting 82 cents. But I want to see first close and hold above this key zone here, which marks out 54 cents. Internet computer, nothing has changed as the previous stream. No deviation, no power of 3, no liquidity taken, nothing, so not interest at all. I don't like to bid even if it's into the range low, and I still don't want to bid it. I don't like this coin, so I won't buy it. Sushi has moved quite nicely since I posted on Telegram and on the Twitter page. I want to see it hold this zone here for bullish continuation towards the 82.5 cents or even probably 90 cents. For as long as this one holds, yeah, it's probable, and for as long as Bitcoin doesn't lose this trend line and this key zone here. Next, BAL, however you wanna call it, BAL USDT, sitting at the macro range lows. I talked about this one, that it would be a good swing trade if market behaves good, because it has better R&R. Invalidation is clear, close under the 4.1. I would like to see it break out of this trend line and hold. My targets would be on short. If we get a breakdown and hold UNFI, perfect execution, perfect analyze, break out of the range, and boom, target hit. Thanks for playing. Next, CTK. I don't even know what this shitcoin is about. I just like the way it looks. So here, range high. Okay, let me use the future. Okay, this one, equal highs tagged. I went aggressively yesterday on this one, bought it on spot because I like the way it looked. I have also bids on this zone here with invalidation clear close under the zone. If it goes upside without giving me the second bids filled here, I don't care. But I like the way it looks, and the way it looks, it easy might go towards the previous range high or even the, let's call this one macro range high because it has acted as support before the big breakdown capitulation candle happened. Next one, CKB. This is a coin that I really like the structure. Close above here, 40 minutes to close above here. Invalidation is under here, close back under. If we get close above here, it gives me kind of confirmation for the bullish structure, double bottom Adam and Eve. I would like to see those lows taken out, but I doubt for as long as we are above here. For as long as we are above here, first target will be here, second target take out those highs, which would be for around 17% move. Thanks for playing. No one went broke taking profits. Close above here would give me kind of bullish vibes. Let's see what today's daily close gives us. I won't be longing even if it closes the next 40 minutes above here. I will be patiently waiting for the weekly close. I'm just on CTK spot and waiting patiently to see how the weekly closes. This is all for me. Remember again, everything shared here is not a financial advice. It's just my thoughts of how market is going to play out. And always do your own research before jumping into any trade and manage your risk. Thanks for everyone who supports. Respect to all of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. I'm not doing live streams still because I think that people are on holidays. It's not necessary always to do live streams. I'm explaining what I can explain on the videos. Starting from September, I will be also on live streams every week, maybe twice a week to also cover the altcoins market. Wish you good luck and trade safe. Cheers.